They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
Not you crazy. I'll kill you all. Nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here.
Here indeed. That would cut off real quick that time. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's weird. But here we are.
That was different.
Hello.
But yes, indeed. As the title might suggest, not even The Exorcist. It's Exorcist 2, Heretic. I didn't realize even IMDb says it is Exorcist 2. I keep wanting to add in the just because it makes sense, and I am very wrong.
Sorry, I'm not picking. My nose ring is twisted in here, and I'm trying to use my nail to twist it another way.
Going to my brain. Anyway, guys, for those
feels
out there,
like it's touching my brain sometimes because it if it sticks a certain way and I push on it, then it rubs against this cartilage on the inside, and you can feel it. It feels like it's going in your brain. One wrong move, and I think my brain is toast with these nose rings.
Yeah, not great. Lorenzo, how you doing, brother?
Before we hello, everybody.
It needs to be said. It needs to be told. Before we get into it, though, those watching real quick, for next week, we want you guys to give us some suggestions. So put them in the comments, please. Any horror movie you want to see. Aaron, how you doing? Any horror movie you want to see reviewed, please put them in the comments. That would be really great.
Yes. We have some things lined up if people don't make suggestions, but whatever. We would rather hear you guys ask us what you want us to review. If we have done a review before, then we'll probably send you maybe a link to the video that we did on it in the past. I think that'd be fun.
That's not bad. That's not bad idea. We could retouch it maybe, but we'll probably not have the focus if we've already done it, I guess.
Yeah, if we've already done it, I'd say post, no offense, but post Joe. I think if we haven't done it post, if we've done it pre-Joe, then maybe we can do another version.
Yeah, it's been a minute, so it's
because by then it's been a while.
Aaron Epstein.
Oh no!
And I am on it. Actually, I'm gonna let Lauren take over tonight. I'm gonna go do that right now.
We could do this, and I actually don't have a problem with it because, funny enough, oh my god, get this comment out of here! Stop it. Funny enough, I don't actually have a problem with this. It's just YouTube has a problem with it, and Facebook has a problem with it, and certain platforms have a problem with it. So I don't think we could do that.
No problem with it. Tell you right now. Yeah, I think, you know what? It's fucking hilarious. I'm going to find one that's I'm going to find one at least to talk about.
Just some disgusting, like dumb, lame horror porn.
One second, Lauren. Frankie is trying to not adult horror movies like originals. These are parodies.
Oh,
He wants
these are like these are adult films. If you catch my
it's
drift.
adult film parody. This is the original. Is the idea. But we did meet a director at Frightmare who makes horror films with more adult themes to them.
Okay,
which is
that's
they
fun.
looked hilarious, and yeah, they were very sexy, but also very. Richard, how you doing? Night of the Living
Richard.
Dead. That's oh my gosh. I'm gonna
Oh,
Triple
so there
Exorcist.
is the film. Okay, I thought this dude came up with that name himself, and I was like, good for you.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love that idea. But if everybody out there, still feel free to put your ideas in there too. I'm not gonna. You're not outvoted yet. I promise. But I think I think that should be implemented somewhere.
Oh my god. I just thought, just from the title alone, I'm sure it's out there. Freddy Cooter instead of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Freddy Cooter. Yeah. I'm sure that's out there somewhere, right? Am I wrong? Instead of Chunky talking about the ass.
What is up, Scott? The priest gets in on it. Forgive me, Father, for I'm about to say. You ever see that? I think it's just a picture meme. It's always, I'm sorry, Daddy, I've been a bad girl. Like, no, you're supposed to say, forgive me.
Instead of, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, but, oh, Daddy, I've been a bad girl. It's always
Eduardo, how you doing, brother?
Hi, guys.
For those who just came in, we are going to talk about Exorcist 2.
I know, we're not talking about porn tonight, I promise. Like, we're actually getting into something, like, you know.
I mean, some of Linda Blair's later movies.
That was a bad choice of words on my end. Getting into something. Oh my god. Get me out of this, please.
Anyways, please give any suggestions for horror movies you want reviewed before the end of the month. I'm sure we can get in on it.
Yes, we still have a couple weeks.
Yeah, we got time. There's plenty of time. For now, though, Heretic 2, or sorry, the Exorcist 2, the Heretic.
The Heretic. This film, yes. I will say, personally, I mean, it was interesting to maybe see some sort of like follow-up to this situation from the first Exorcist film, excuse me, that's like hard to say. But I don't know. This one, it didn't do it for me. Personally, and this is my own opinion, I kind of got bored.
See, I have to say, I'm the opposite. I'm gonna argue the other side of why I like this movie quite a bit. Okay. But I think there's definitely a lot of reasons to not like this movie, though, too, which is unfortunate to say. But hopefully, Exorcist. What is the new one? Believer.
Yes.
Hopefully that one will not fall from some of the pitfalls this one had, and you'll see why in a second when we talk about it.
Okay, so when we first start off with this film, there's a priest who, I'm not going to go scene by scene, but essentially there's a priest who is kind of having a difficult time with his faith, and he goes and decides that he wants to do an exorcism on a girl in, what country was it? It was a Latin American country.
A Latin American country, yeah. I forget which country exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if they even said, really, to be honest. But this particular girl is a healer amongst the community. She is known to help people, and all of a sudden she's the one who gets infected, basically, or inhabited by this demon, and The exorcism that he tries to perform goes horrifically wrong. A lit candle sets her nightgown on fire, essentially killing her, which she is unfazed by because we know that she's possessed.
Loved that part, though. I thought that was awesome. Just her smiling at everyone while it's happening.
That is really crazy. You know what? I think... You know what's funny? The second you said that, I was like, maybe I have a bias against this movie because it's old. I have to remember, like, when you're watching these films, you have to remember that they're made when people had literally little to go off of. Like, they had no CGI. They had puppets, barely, that could function to look like, I don't know. It's a crazy time for them.
They had they used double exposure for the film quite a few times during this movie.
I noticed that. I was like, wow, they used a lot of old footage mirrored in literal, like, glass to look like it was mirroring scenes from the very first film.
Yeah, which it was a nice take to it. Cool. I liked that, but I think a lot of people saw that and saw, like, they wanted to compare it to the first one, and there's no way you're beating the first Exorcist. It's just not going to happen.
Right. The first one was literally groundbreaking. The first film was like, it set off an entire movement, I think, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I think go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, you don't get a lot of movies we have today without movies like this. Like, there are very specific films in not just horror, but in, like, any genre that you can point to, and, like, this is how we get to this step. Like, you don't get, oh gosh, let's see what from here. You don't get The Possession or any of the other kind of movies like this without. Definitely The Conjuring. Yeah, you wouldn't get this without these first steps, and especially a successful sequel, because this one may not have gotten good reviews, but it made them money. And at the time, this was the most expensive Warner Brothers movie ever made. I want to say it was like
the
16 million or something. Yeah, the second one. So they gambled big, but because the first one did so well, people went to go watch it still, and it ended up making like 30 million or something. It made its money and then some.
Wasn't it because they used footage from the original film and kind of like...
Yeah, I think that was part of it, yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard of footage being brought from a previous film into a current film you're making. That's obviously probably been done before this film. I don't know that for a fact, but it's still, like, it seems for 1977, that seems pretty progressive to do.
Oh no, it's definitely something that is not commonplace. And actually that idea of reusing old footage saved, well, oh my gosh, what series was it? It's a comic book cartoon, X-Men.
Oh.
X-Men actually took that idea of using old footage to do it previously on to save them. I think it was 3.5 to 4 minutes of every episode was just footage from last episode, so they can make their budget every time.
I know that Disney did it with their films, but that was cartoons. Like, that's so different. Like, this is like live action. It's crazy. They saved, I think... Oh, shoot. Let me see. I was reading something about it where they initially were like, it was a low budget film, and they made it even more low budget, just saving money by reusing old footage. Also, Linda Blair said, I'm not wearing makeup again. She made it very clear to the directors and producers and everybody, I'm going to do this, but I'm not putting that makeup on my face again.
That was super disappointing because Well, first of all, the double they had for her, it wasn't her fault either because the makeup just didn't look as good as the first time around.
No.
I think maybe lighting choices and coloring afterwards might have affected it, but it
But
just was
also,
not.
they probably used her fear and terror a little bit because it was the 70s. You know, there are no like laws really. Like no strict laws about protecting actors and like what kind of shit they put on their face, the kind of things that they did. Like, didn't Linda Blair like, oh shoot, I don't know if it was the other girl. No, Linda Blair, she said she like hurt her back doing the first one because they threw her around so hard.
Yeah, that happened to her and the girl from the beginning of Jaws, if you remember, the girl swimming.
I thought it was the poltergeist girl, but I mean, it all seems the same because they were all just experimenting with this kind of film.
I am 90% sure both of the girls from the poltergeist are dead, so they got worse than that.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah. I think we kind of talked about the curse of that film once, but
we did. We went into that in I think a few other movies too.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that again, I think. But yeah, this poor girl. Also, another thing I found interesting. This girl was 17 when she was filming scenes where an old man. She was supposed to be a succubus, and we'll get into that later. But an old man was like on her, kissing her, and that was so gross. Like, ugh. Did they have to use her for that? I know it's a movie, but she was 17. The laws are different. Hopefully now. That should not have happened to her. But
yeah. I'm not gonna really fault that. It's a movie. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, but there were people in place who allowed that to happen, and I think, come on, you could have come up with some other plot line that might have worked just the same. You didn't have to have this old man smothering her with his body. Like,
I don't. Either
that's right. Like I said,
right,
it's my own opinion. Some people might not agree with me, which, I mean, you have your morals, I have mine, but I don't know, it's weird. I don't think any grown man should be on top of a 17-year-old, movie or not. I don't think that's appropriate, but whatever. It was the 70s. I hope she got therapy since then. I'm pretty sure Linda Blair's okay. Wait, did she die? Oh, did she die?
Linda Blair's still alive.
Okay, good.
Linda Blair's
just making sure.
She was just in the last movie. Yeah, she's in the last Exorcist.
Okay, well, I didn't see it because I wasn't able to pirate it.
Anyway, Khalil's absolutely right though. Yeah, the mom from the original is the one who got hurt. During the scene where she gets thrown to the floor and the furniture slams up against the door.
She said absolutely not. I'm not coming back, which is why they put her, going back to the plot line, they put her into the care of a psychiatrist. The mother decided to release the care of her daughter to a psychiatrist, which, you know, because of the actress's decision, that's what happened in the film. I'm fine with it. Honestly, I feel so bad for that woman. She was physically destroyed from that movie. That poor lady.
That's a serious injury right there. Yeah, that's no joke. Your tailbone is not something you want to break.
No. But you're not walking for how long after that? I don't even know.
I'm not sure. Honestly, not sure how long it took her to recover. But the good thing is it was for the original Exorcist and not for this one, because there's no doubt the original is a masterpiece. There's a lot of speculation that this one's even good or not. And I'm going to say good. I think if you don't compare it to the first one, there's a lot of good stuff to it. It kind of it's more in that Italian horror style where the scenes are
maybe that's why I don't get it.
Yeah, the story itself too just kind of gets thrown at you really fast and not in the most coherent way they could have done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't like. I get that they were playing off part 2 or the first part, but it didn't feel like it kind of like meshed well. Like explaining things, like it was really clunky, in my opinion. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it meshed well with the first one. If you're gonna do a part 2, make it make sense. Like some of it was just like, to me, I partially felt like we missed a couple plot lines. We gotta fill them in now. But also create another story so that it doesn't look like it's completely the same. I don't know.
They could have went a very safe route. Yeah, they could have just went a really safe route and just done another exorcism, basically. And I think
nobody wants that.
Gosh. There was a review though that somebody, because I watched a couple of reviews to kind of like piece together some information.
Okay.
But I forget which gentleman said it, but it was like they would have rather seen a prequel where they just talk about the father's previous exorcisms because he had done some beforehand. I was like, I could see that working, especially if, again, I liked Linda Blair in the movie. I thought she did fine. I thought she did a good job.
Linda Blair is amazing. I have nothing bad to say about her at all.
But I noticed a lot of people were not super keen on her performance in part 2. I liked it, but whatever. But
also, you gotta remember, she's older. She's not like, I mean, she's still a child during filming at 17, which you don't magically become an adult. Well, according to our government, you do, but she doesn't magically turn into an adult at 18 and like all of a sudden know things that she's supposed to do. Like, she's still a kid. She's still
she's still learning how to act. She's getting better and better at every time.
And stunning. She looked beautiful. She looked so great.
I forgot how gorgeous Linda Blair is. Yeah, I didn't even like
beautiful.
From that. Like,
oh my goodness.
Well, she's still super pretty. She's just older. That's all it is.
Yeah. Beautiful young woman. Also, the woman who plays the psychiatrist. Oh my goodness. What was her name? Oh, the psychiatrist's name. That was, oh my goodness. Tuscan, Dr. Jean Tuscan, Louise Fletcher. She was also smoke show. And it's so crazy when she started acting. I read an interview just to prepare for this episode. I was kind of going over like an interview that she did, and she was worried because like somebody told her she was like 5'7", 5'8" or something. She was tall. And she was like, oh, yeah, people were telling me that nobody's going to be sexually attracted to somebody this tall. They wouldn't put me in movies. And I'm like, excuse me? Tall, slender, gorgeous woman. Even in this film, she's supposed to be older, more established. She was... Yeah. She looked perfect. Like, holy shit. People were so fucking mean. Because according to that, I should be just shriveling up in my home alone. Because I'm 34. I'm turning 35 in November. According to people back then, like, I should just be an old maid hiding with my million cats at home alone. Like, what? What?
They also expected everyone to die at like 50 back then, though. So, like,
no, not till later.
Totally.
No, not.
But looking back then, like, look at old people back then versus now, and like our grandparents, of yesteryear versus like the old people now, it's a way different group of people.
Oh,
Like
they
people used to
didn't
get
do their
shriveled and
hair and
tiny at
makeup
like
properly. That's why. I guarantee
they're-
there was a thing done. If you look at the Golden Girls versus the women now, it's just the hair and clothing. Those women
don't
were
think so.
beautiful. They just did their hair horrifically. It aged them like 20 years.
What's wrong with giant hair? Oh,
Those poofs.
yeah, poofs are awesome.
Too bad.
That's discrimination to poof hair. Anyway, but like you were saying though, with Miss Fletcher, she didn't rely on her looks though when she's acting. She was Nurse Ratched in the original One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, I heard about that. I still want to see that. Oh,
go watch it.
Oh my god. With
she's great.
Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson, yep.
Okay.
He's the one who flew over that cuckoo's nest.
Yeah. Oh my god. He did that when they were filming The Shining, babe. He fucking terrified poor Shelley Duvall. We gotta talk about that movie too one of these days. Sidebar.
I think that would be a very good movie to get back on.
The Shining, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I never saw the Repossessed movie though. I know it's a parody or something, right? Richard, it's a funny movie, right? I want to say it's funny. What do you call it?
Well, if somebody can laugh at themselves, I'm all for that because I can laugh at myself right now.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah, it's oh my gosh, what is his name from Leslie Nielsen. Yeah. What's his name from Airplane and all those other hilariously good stuff. Dude's comic gold.
Leslie Nielsen. Pull up a picture of him really quick. White hair, older gentleman.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? He looked young, but his hair was like bright white. It's like
him and Steve Martin.
Steve Martin too. Yes, I've never seen. Oh my god, was it? There was one film that I saw Steve Martin with dark hair. That's it. I love this guy. Did he passed away? Correct.
Yeah, he's passed away now.
Yeah, he was so old. I love this guy. So funny. And yeah, Steve Martin. He had dark hair and was it? Oh my god, I always get these two mixed up. Was it The Jerk or The Pest? Because there were two. I don't know who was in what.
The Pest is Squigliamo, whatever his name is, and The Jerk. He didn't have hair. No, his hair was still white in The Jerk. I'm pretty sure.
I could have sworn he had brown hair in The Pest. Am I wrong?
No, I think he had some. Oh God, what the?
I'm so curious to find out when did Steve Martin?
Don't just type in The Jerk. Why
am I so intrigued about this?
Oh God, yeah, that was terrible. Oh yeah. Anyway, back to horror movies.
Okay, so we've established by this time. Oh man, we're still like way into it. We've established that poor Reagan is in like a mental health facility of sorts, being looked after by a psychiatrist. For whatever reason, her mom disappeared. We only know that her mom is gone because the actress didn't want to be involved. So that was their plot point.
And the plot to the movies was she was still acting and stuff because she was a household name in the first one, but like the best they could do was, oh, she's over here now.
Yeah.
All right. That was
fine,
close enough, I guess.
Fine. We get it. Fine. Whatever.
Is what it is.
It's fucking perfect for this new woman. to take hold, which I love this actress. Oh, part of the reason I wanted to bring her up was because she was Frank's mother in Shameless a couple years ago. And I don't know if you're a fan of Shameless, but her being Frank's mom, for those that watch Shameless, her being Frank's mom is a fucking day and night from this character. Frank's mom in the show Shameless, which this woman played, she's in a wheelchair most of the time, not getting up, walking around. She is a convicted felon. And she hates her son. She's just rolling around trying to get people to do crimes for her so she can fucking get all this money. And one of the episodes, she tries to wheel herself into fucking traffic. Trying to kill herself. Oh my god, she's also hilarious. I didn't know this woman is fucking funny. But I had to say that because I loved her character in Shameless, and she's hilarious on top of being a crazy horror, like paranormal actress, scared and crying. Like, she's also funny. She's amazing. I love this woman.
I like that. Okay, I'll have to check it out because I've heard good things about Shameless.
Even if you don't watch the rest of the show, you gotta watch her episodes because she treats her son like shit, and it's funny. It's so funny.
All right.
Because you see her in these other films, and you're like, oh, that sweet lady. And you see her throwing F-bombs and calling her son a fucking idiot and all these things. Like, it's just so good. It's so good.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So we get to the psychiatrist, who is treating Reagan. And then I guess the father comes in, correct? He just...
Yeah, a little backup on the father real quick. The new priest, this is Father Philip Lamont, played by Richard Burton. He comes in because the diocese wants him to get more of an account on why the priest from the first one died. Like, they go into the records and stuff, and they're very skeptical about all the details. And this guy's not having it. He's like, I am not the guy. I'm not strong enough of an exorcist or in my faith right now. And they're like, we're not asking you to do another exorcism. We just want you to get the details. But he's very conflicted, and he can kind of see the writing on the wall of what's going to come if he goes to Regan, to the city, and have to deal with all this. And it's very... I know a lot of people were like, oh, he seems like he was just phoning it in. He was actually going through a divorce at the time. What's his name? Richard Burton, in real life. And he's like, oh, it's just a payday.
I didn't know that.
I still thought he did a pretty good job for this film. I thought he was good. And he's a great actor in general. But having said that, he goes, because the church tells him to. He's still on a mission from God. He's got to do his thing. You got to fight the devil. Even if it's in a 17-year-old girl, you got to punch it out of her. That's exactly what should have happened. But, whatever.
You got to fuck her to get that demon out.
That's weird. But I think,
you see where I'm coming from?
Well, what did you feel about the orphan then? Because that one messed me up. That was creepy as hell.
Ugh. I said from the beginning that was horrible.
That was so uncomfortable to watch. And she was much younger, but it made the movie so much creepier and scarier because it's like there's a whole side story here. Sorry. It's that little, dwarfism, and that girl, and then killing the dad because he rejects her was spot on scary to me. Very scary.
She was being deceptive, though. This Reagan, spoiler, was just taken over. And her image was used, but we'll get to that. There's a difference.
Good things come in small packages. That's what I tell them, but no one ever believes me. I use that line all the time.
Oh my god. So this poor girl, I guess her psychiatrist sees her essentially heal an autistic nonverbal child, which it's the 70s. Don't get mad. You can't get mad at the way they talk about autistic people.
It's
Just
wasn't understood as much.
Don't focus on that. Don't focus on that.
No.
Just focus on the fact that apparently we figure out she's a healer. Reagan is a healer.
And I don't know if it explains it very much in the movie, but I was watching a little side documentary about Pazuzu, the demon, throughout the movies.
Okay.
And it said that
Smart.
it's an elder demon that's attacking humans, because all demons attack humans because they want, to put it in God's face or kill your favorite creation.
Okay.
And he specifically goes after ones that are healers, that are extra good in the eyes of the Lord. So that's why he goes for Regan in the beginning from the first one, the boy that they end up seeing in Africa, and the girl that we see in the beginning, who he actually does claim because she lights herself on fire and really sad. So it's
oh my god.
Yeah, I don't remember them explaining much about Pazuzu himself throughout the movies.
No, I think they did that much in the first film, but even then, not so much. I think maybe they meant it to be kind of mysterious so that they could make you fill in your own thoughts. And that, I think, is what made people go fucking crazy in the 70s.
Yeah, that's part of it, honestly. Because I remember watching the original Exorcist and seeing the face pop up, Pazuzu's face, the real quick flashes of the demon. Mm-hmm. And that scared the shit out of me for the longest time. I was young when I watched it, like 12, I think, when I first saw The Exorcist.
So bad.
Like, you could just see it. You could see it in real life. Like, whenever you see a dark corner, there's a face there. You can just, in your mind, it pops.
Oh, isn't that interesting that when you see something black in a corner where there might be minimal shadows, maybe your own eyes are doing like that weird thing where they put like reflections? Because when you're looking at something, or maybe when you kind of squint, you see little floaters here and there.
Yep.
Maybe when you're looking in the dark, some of your eyes have those little things that are like, ooh, no.
So instead of the little floaties, it's always a demon head. It's like, oh shit, that's terrible. That would suck.
Just a little Pazuzu floating around in your visuals.
Huh? Kind of a fun game, actually.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Also, that isn't a spoiler. Pazuzu was in the first film. Don't come for me.
No, not. There's no spoiler. This was what, 50 years ago almost. This movie.
Yeah. Well, it was 4 years later from the original as well.
But this movie itself is already almost 50 years old. It was in 77. Yeah. If you haven't seen it,
my parents are what? My parents were born in 65. So this is like 60-something years old.
It's a decent, you've had time to watch. But I very much appreciate kind of the psychiatry stuff was kind of the hypnosis things, especially when they do the first hypnosis session and the priest comes face to face with Regan possessed ish kind of in her memory. I don't know how that even works, the whole memory thing. But
yeah, because that's what they do, right? They hook up the priest and they hook up Regan to try to figure out where this I'm telling you, I was confused.
Yeah, that was left field right there for sure.
I was confused. They were trying to figure out some psychological stuff that had to do with some like religious stuff, and they hooked up wires to try to combine the two, maybe. I don't know where that came from. I have no idea.
Nobody did. Nobody knew. I don't think they knew either. It was just a plot device to kind of get the demon face to face with a priest, I think. And
yeah, why is the demon communicating through
her dreams or subconscious? It makes sense for the psychiatry part of it, like because that's when they used to do a lot of hypnosis therapy. You know, that would be uncommon. But then it's like, oh, we can use this for religious purpose. Like, oh, don't do that because that's a bad idea. We saw what Scientology does. I don't want none of that. So let's avoid mixing
the little cups, the little cans,
the e-meters and whatnot. Well, thank you. But yeah, the psychiatrist is just trying to help her out. The priest is trying to technically help too. So why not combine them all? You know? But it's only the first half of it. We haven't even gotten to Africa really.
Oh, well, let's get to it. There really isn't a whole lot to get to. It's a lot of talking. They talk a lot in this movie, and that's why I was like, I'm fucking bored.
I'm okay with that sometimes because again, the parts that were
action.
I think it was a visually stunning movie though. In certain parts of it, when she's up on the roof and she's about to like jump off, but the doves like scare her awake. I thought it looked awesome. Like the landscape of the locust coming looked really cool. James Earl Jones did an awesome job. I mean, you can't deny.
Holy shit! Can we talk about him for a second? This was before or after Star Wars? This got to be before, right?
No, this was after Star
came
Wars.
Out. What? Star Wars came out in 1977, didn't it? Was it about the same time?
Oh my gosh!
I don't know. I don't remember. Well, as if I was there. I don't remember being told about it. Imagine I was there. Stupid.
Gosh dang it. Where is give me the actual dates, not okay, here we go.
Star Wars 1977. Just type it
77, 80, and 83. Yeah, so you're right. They came out the same year.
God, it came out about the same time. So if this was before Star Wars, this movie kind of pushed him in the direction of like voice work.
True. I would say so.
Because he made a physical appearance, but like the voice work is what we love.
What do you call it? Yeah, I mean The Lion King.
This 77. Oh my god. This is like primetime James Earl Jones.
I'm trying to look through his IMDb credits, and it looks like I think I'm with you. His acting is great. Don't get me wrong; he's a great actor, but I think his voice acting stood out way more. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Because I saw him in this film physically, and I saw his costume, and I was like, oh. But then again, is that because I've already heard him as a voice actor and then gone back and saw him as a physical actor and was like, was this not for me? There's also that debate.
I don't know.
Because I don't know. I heard him as a voice actor first, and I was like, yes, perfect. Would it be the same if I saw the other way around? Don't know.
I don't know, because Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker, same series.
Same.
I like his voice acting better.
I do too.
So I saw him as a real person first, and then the voice acting later. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe when you have,
his Joker voice acting better than I like his physical Luke Skywalker portrayal.
Yeah, the only role that I think is perfect is when he was Cockknocker in Jay and Silent Bob, which was hilarious, just hilarious. Why do they call you Cockknocker?
There were so many films that I forgot that he was actually in because he was just he was hiding.
It's hard to picture him as anything but Luke Skywalker, though. It's really difficult.
That's what's so great about him. He was like, I'm not going to be known for just this shit, bitches. You're not going to get me. Which I agree. Don't let them get you. Don't let them typecast you.
Cool. No, don't. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Yeah, if you want to do other stuff, if you only want to do one kind of role, fuck it, go for it. But if you want to spread it out, don't be afraid to do that too.
I bet if he only wanted to do Luke Skywalker for the rest of his life, he would make more money. But I think he doesn't want to do that because he has so much fun playing everybody else. Like Luke Skywalker is his bread and butter, but he loves and is obsessed with everything else. He doesn't give a fuck about that Luke Skywalker shit. I guarantee he doesn't care.
Oh yeah, like you should. I know it doesn't fit into the theme of the show, but just listening to how much he hated the new ones. Oh my god, it's hilarious. He's like, why did they have me do any of this? This is so stupid. Oh god, he's a real fan of the. I think he's a fan of the character, but he's overplaying him.
Him talking shit about his own fucking project kills me.
So on point. Like he does it for
brave
the fans.
And ballsy.
Who's gonna tell him no? He's Luke Skywalker, all right? He'll cut you down.
Hey,
anyway,
I applaud him. Perfect. Good for you. Do what you fucking want, man. You got millions of dollars. Who's gonna tell you no? Nobody.
Yeah. But the same you could say for Linda Blair. Let's go back to the movie real quick. She's done
iconic.
She's done 78 credits, at least on IMDb. Probably more than this, obviously.
Wow.
78 roles.
Wow.
As far as films go, and films and TV, excuse me. But I picture her first as Regan. Obviously, it's the most iconic role she's done.
Reagan.
But she's been in so many Regan.
It's Reagan.
I hear Regan. I hear Regan.
Listen,
I'm gonna go.
It's Reagan.
I believe the mom said Regan in the first ones, so I'm gonna go with the mom.
Well, her mom's a fucking retard because everybody else is saying Reagan.
Wow.
Either that or vice versa.
Wow.
Maybe everybody else is just. Maybe that's why she went through this whole thing. Everybody's saying her name wrong.
So she went demonic.
My name's Regan.
Anyway. Oh my god. Anyway, you can follow Linda Blair's career, Savage Streets. She was on Supernatural.
That's so
the
cool.
recent Believer Exorcist,
She's
which
amazing.
it came out this year, so she's still acting like nonstop. She's still going to conventions to meet fans. She's not stopping.
So. I would love to meet her someday. I would love to meet her.
I am still so happy I got to meet Eileen, who does the face for Pazuzu for the first one. She is so cool, and I gotta find. I haven't.
Barely. I said I got to meet her too. Barely.
Yeah. Yeah, she was only there for like half a day, so it is what it is.
It was right after my Kiki passed away, and she was there for a couple hours, and we were already drunk going in, and I was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" Ow! I feel so bad because I had a booth to maintain, and I was like,
yeah,
it was
my
bad.
gosh.
I'm sorry. That was horrible.
No, well, whatever. It was a fun time.
Hey, I had fun. Some of us didn't, but I did.
I had a good time. What do you call it? I'm just looking through her.
Dude, she's done an amazing job. Obviously, in everything she's done, but the Pazuzu character scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, Eileen pulled that off like nobody's business. It is one of the scariest frames,
especially because you're not expecting that when you're watching the film. You're just like, oh my god, this is weird, and then boom, ah!
And then they don't mention it at all.
What is that?
They don't acknowledge it. It just flashes and they never bring it up. I'm like,
just
no one ever...
like they do in that other film. Oh my god, I'm losing it. What is the film where they have that demon where they go into not the Conjuring? Is it the Conjuring? Can't be the Conjuring. It's got to be another one in the franchise. Insidious. Yes. Where they go into the little, and then they see that
red
demon. That scared me just as much as it did when I saw the Pazuzu, and I was like, "Wow!"
Hell yeah.
That came out of nowhere. It scared the shit out of me.
See, the only difference though, because I love that scene. I absolutely love it. It scared the shit out of me.
I love it. But I love that I got scared.
They played it up though in that movie because they added the music to it, so it's like the loud noise. Like, yeah, go back and watch. They really push it in your face for the jump scare, which is a great one. Really good.
They should have done that for her too. It would have worked.
I'm glad they didn't. Oh no, it would have been way scarier. But I'm so glad they didn't. It was
that movie would have been banned everywhere.
Yeah, I think we could do a whole talk about movies that were banned as far as horror movies and stuff too, because there's a lot out there that's
banned horror films in America.
Yeah, throw that on the list.
We're gonna have to squeeze that in somewhere.
I think that'd be a really fun, because when you talk about B horror movies or there's a term for it and it's just escaping my mind right now. Somebody help me out with this.
Wait, jump scares are a name? Or
no. For these horror movies and not just horror movies. There's a whole genre of. This was during the 80s where oh gosh, I'm hating myself right now. We'll definitely get on that one. Yeah, John, thank you too. Yeah,
I don't know. But, is it some sort of porn?
No, well, it was kind of it was more nudity involved, and it was around the time where they had the adult theater.
Slasher, because those were already weird.
Oh my gosh, I will remember it tonight when I'm taking a shower, and it's gonna irritate me so badly.
Right. All right. Oh. Well, let's move on because we got a few minutes.
Oh my gosh, the uncut version of a Serbian film. Oof. I don't know. Oh god.
I'd rather not. Thank you. I'd rather be able to sleep at night.
That's a one and done for me. I don't know if I could watch that again.
I have to be able to sleep at night. Fake or not, real or not, I don't care. I gotta sleep.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So, Linda Blair's character, she's in a psych ward, and she's dealing with a psychiatrist now who finds out that she can attach her brain waves to the father, and they can share dreams or past memories. And because it's a psychological thing, they're able to share stuff. in their
Yeah.
head now. Which I think has been a CIA thing for fucking years, but whatever.
You think it's real? Like, do you think like they actually got it to work?
The
I
CIA,
don't know.
the CIA has documents on how to levitate. Do you think they really don't know how to share dreams?
I just feel like I don't know. That's oof.
One of our episodes too, dissecting the FBI documents, one section at a time. Debunking the FBI documents. Can I levitate?
Can you levitate?
I don't know. Gotta ask the FBI. I need their documents. I have to find out if they say I can do it. So, the father comes in and he sees like, oh, this girl is like giving flashbacks, giving me information on what happened to this priest that I've been looking for since the beginning because he mysteriously died when this girl so fucking happened to be possessed by a demon.
Wait, sorry. I got lost in this real quick. I was trying to look. I was trying to get a hold of some of the just to show pictures of what we're talking about. Have you tried remote viewing? Like, I've heard of the concept, but I've never tried. Wait, Lauren, I know this is way off topic, but now I'm in my mind now.
Oh shit! Well, we got like 4 minutes to talk about.
All right, no, we gotta save it for later. I'm sorry, Richard, but that we will bring that.
Sorry, Richard. We'll come back to it. We gotta finish whatever left of the film that we got.
Yeah, because again, we close it off. You want to give the ending because there's actually two endings. There's an alternate ending that I didn't get to watch.
I only know of one. Essentially, what happens is the priest goes to Africa to find this demon or the child that he exorcised a certain demon out of who happened to possess Reagan later on. And he goes to Africa to basically find the source. And he tries to exorcise this child that he exorcised years and years before. So what can you say about that? He went honestly, there.
When he gets there, because don't we have? That's when James Earl Jones shows up. We have all that situation with older Coco. God, how do you pronounce the damn name? Kokumo? Kokumo, is that what it is? and again, the plot itself. Kokumo, yeah. Okay, all right. I'm not crazy. He does not use the Force. No.
I'm good at that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty good at that.
That was pretty damn good. Yeah.
Okay.
But back to a little more on the behind the scenes of this, the final scene where the giant swarm of locusts come again.
Oh yeah.
They actually had to buy more locusts because the ones they had all died on set.
No.
Because they are out of their natural habitat.
That's crazy because the locusts were supposed to essentially represent the death and destruction of this demon.
Yeah.
And they all died. That's fucked up.
They literally, they for reals died, which is I know they're not like the best creatures in the world and they're very known for ruining
crops. But they're living beings. That was really cruel.
Died for a movie, yeah, and not even the best one in the series. That sucks. That's sad.
I challenge you to look up Milo and Otis animals.
Milo and Otis animals. Otis.
The thing that
Animal
happened to
cruelty?
those animals was fucking horrific. Because it was back when animals had no rights in film. They killed so many animals.
20 kittens killed during this production, and one cat paw was intentionally broken to make it look unsteady when walking. Jeez. Oh my gosh.
That's a fucking horror show.
That is very sad. Oh my
Innocent
gosh.
animals. I'm glad that we have laws protecting poor animals.
Yeah,
now.
don't get. I like movies. I don't like them enough to hurt creatures over it. Like, figure out another way, buddy.
Fucking
Jesus, I had no idea. I don't even think I've watched Milo and Otis. I've seen it before.
I've seen it, but now that I look back, I'm like, did they really throw those fucking cats off a cliff? Like, did they really do that? Oh my god. Like, it makes you wonder what they actually did to make the shot. Did they fucking kill that cat to make that shot? Like, once you know the behind the scenes, you start looking over every scene. And that's, unfortunately, that's what I did with poor Linda Blair. She was physically assaulted by animatronics and just all kinds of stuff when she worked on that movie. Was she okay? Not really.
Let me see. Well, I'm gonna see about that because I know, again, like we said, the mom definitely got hurt.
I mean, she's, as far as I know, she might have a little bit of health problems now, but she seemed to be okay. I don't know if maybe that's the story that studios want to tell you to make you feel better about her chronic pain. I have no idea.
No. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, right here, Linda Blair suffered spinal injury while filming a scene where she's violently in a harness. So 2 people with serious injuries in a horror movie. Gosh dang.
Do you know how hard you have to be shaken around to suffer a spinal injury?
Pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I don't think Milo and Otis is banned, by the way, John. I don't think so, but it's oh gosh, yeah. I feel like they don't deserve a pass on that. I hope someone got in trouble, like a decent amount of trouble.
Oh no, Milo and Otis is still out there.
I mean, there's nothing to do about it now. You can't save the animals, but you can at least make sure it doesn't happen again, hopefully.
They passed a ton of laws later, I think, to protect animals. Yeah. And thank the gods. And, you know, I think since we're at time, maybe we have to record the rest of this conversation and put it.
Well, I think it's repeating itself at this point because, again, the plot is pretty boggled. Let's just be honest. I like the movie besides the plot itself. I liked the acting. I liked the visuals.
Is good. Yeah. The plot really sucked, if I'm being real. We got some of the actors back, which was amazing. And we got somebody willing to do what they did despite seeing the original and seeing these people hurt. They were like, all right, still, I'm going to be a part of this film. And they did it anyway. And you know what? I encourage you all during this Halloween times, go watch the film yourself. We talked about the beginning. Go watch the end. Do it.
Go try to watch both endings too, because I need to look up the alternate ending. I just keep seeing there is an alternate ending, and it's bugging me that I haven't seen it. I gotta watch that.
Wouldn't it be so funny if all we did this month was just do the next 2 weeks we have, just do the first half of a movie and be like, you guys go watch the rest. Figure it
We'll
out.
find out. For myself.
I don't
Anyway,
mind making people do their own work. Come back to me when you're ready to talk about the whole thing.
Anyway, we're gonna cut you guys off there. Yeah, Cannibal Holocaust is another good option too right now. So is Green Inferno. If you guys haven't seen that, pretty damn good.
I love you
We'll be
guys so
back.
much. I'm so happy
We'll be
that
back
some of
Thursday.
you are new. I haven't seen some of you before, and you came to watch. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Catch up with us again on Thursday. We'll have another one. I'm gonna look through your suggestions, and we will decide it on one of those. Obviously, as we said, we would.
Yes.
Yes. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys for more spookiness throughout this
All
entire
right.
month.
Yeah, definitely send in your suggestions for films, and we'll decide them this week. And I guess we'll see you next week, ghouls.
See you same time, same bat channel. All right. Have a good one.